Yo, this Ava Kris Tyson Mr. Beast situation appears to just be getting messier and worse by the minute. Now, if you didn't see our full dive into this situation yesterday, I'm gonna link to it down below. There's a lot of ground to cover there, where there were multiple different accusations and controversies. Right, but yesterday, just before we put out the show, and one of the last things we put into the show was that Ava put out a general apology, saying I would like to apologize for any of my past behavior or comments if it hurt or offended anyone. It was not my intent. And adding, seeing recent events, we've mutually decided it's best I permanently step away from all things Mr. Beast and social media to focus on my family and mental health, which resulted in a ton of different reactions, though the vast majority appeared to be disgusted or angry. But then, to give the first update here, a few hours after posting that, she followed up by flat out asserting that, quote, I never groomed anyone. The person who gets brought up in these accusations, Lava GS, has vocally supported that they are false. Adding, having said that, I humbly apologize to anyone I have hurt with my unacceptable social media posts, past actions, and to those who may feel betrayed by how I used to act online. In closing, to lump these two factors together to create a narrative that my behavior extended beyond bad, edgy jokes is disgusting and did not happen. In past years, I have learned that my old humor is not acceptable. I cannot change who I was, but I can continue to work on myself. I don't want these accusations to impact the hundreds of people who work at Mr. Beast, which is why I have stepped away. And there, we actually saw Lava replying to her post saying, I'm sorry that people are making up lies with my name in them. I hope everyone sees the truth soon. You never did anything wrong to me. Nothing inappropriate happened between us. And while you saw some agreeing with what Lava said there, you also had others saying no. We're kind of having a version of the argument that Moistcritikal had when we talked about him yesterday. And in fact, he posted another video last night where he talks a lot about Lava's defense of Ava.
And I'm not trying to be some kind of armchair psychologist because I'm just, at the end of the day, a little reptile brain idiot. But I really do feel like in a situation like this, it's very difficult to process just how inappropriate or unacceptable something was when you lived it. But in reality, no child should have this kind of relationship with an adult where you're joking about sending nudes to a minor or making edgy jokes about coming for America. So while the person here might not feel like a victim, it really is completely unacceptable that Ava Tyson would be communicating with them like this. It really is.
With that then actually seeming to get Lava's attention, because shortly after that video went live, Lava posted on X, Moist, hey, I just saw your video. I would love to chat in DMs to maybe clarify some points you made in the video. Though so far, as of recording, we haven't seen anything come from that. Though this also, as Moist himself has been on the defense for another reason. Or with that, connected to that whole other aspect of the situation where you had a lot of creators facing a lot of heat for not immediately chiming in. With a number of critics saying a combo of either you're too scared to piss off Mr. Beast because you want that collab, or you're trying to avoid talking about Ava even though you came for Dr. Disrespect's throat when the allegations against him came out. Though also there you had many, including Moist himself, saying, you know, he actually did chime in on the Ava situation pretty early. Though this also, as he's hardly the only one getting attacked over this. In fact, we're seeing situations like this and pushback all over the place. Or you have big creators like Ludwig responding to calls to respond by saying, my video on Doc literally came out 2 days after Charlie's, not immediately after information came out. Saying I waited for Doc's statement on Twitter and on Steam and his removal from Midnight Society. And adding, I'm literally in Paris with my family. Why y'all motherfuckers so horny for a statement? Also, we're seeing a number of those who did speak out still being hit, with a number of people still going after Pokimane and Valkyrie, who we talked about yesterday. We're seeing many shifting their criticism from you aren't talking about this to you didn't go in against Ava enough. Or with people going back to when Poki said yuck and Ray said Dr. Disgusting after the whole Dr. Disrespect situation. Though there you saw a good number of people defending them, noting that their responses came a few days after the Dr. Disrespect allegations had already been stewing, and adding, the way people are treating Valkyrie and Pokimane over this Ava situation makes me so sad. This happened in one day. I still don't fully know what the fuck is going on. And going on to say creators didn't speak up against Dr. Disrespect until he made a statement himself. Ray and Poki made statements condemning the behavior. What more do you want? And we also saw Ray defending herself, saying she felt pressure to put out a tweet as soon as possible, saying her mentions were being swarmed, that large creators were calling people out, saying she had to take a break from moving in order to look into the situation, and adding, I equally called both Dr. D and Ava disgusting after their statements. But with all that said, it's gonna be very interesting to see what happens from here. And I say that not only because some have alleged that there's gonna be more that comes out, but also because the mainstream media has now latched onto this story. With the BBC, Sky News, and Forbes, just to name a few, covering this today. With also part of this seeming to be morphing into going after Mr. Beast, with people posting old clips of him that are racking up views, doing things like dropping a homophobic slur. There's also a clip where it appears that he asked someone if they'd put their dick inside Bad Baby, with people saying that she would have been 14 at the time. But again, all of this has been developing and evolving, and for now, we're gonna have to wait to see what comes from all this. And in the meantime, of course, I'd love to know your thoughts.